Hello, everyone. Dr. Tam here again with Rocky. We are going to do podcast number 4,
Four.
right?
Can you believe it?
Already is number 4 is in the books.
Right.
And what are we going over today, Rocky? What are we going to really attack? What kind of problems are we going to attack today and help our audience out?
hmm Yeah, actually, this episode is somehow related to the previous one that we
Uh-huh.
did about, leaky gut. Remember, we
Yes.
talked about, how to improve the condition and healing your body, really.
Yes.
So we're going to talk today about intermittent fasting, what it
Ooh.
is,
Ooh.
right? How to do it properly, and of course, who can't do it, or who are the people who cannot do it.
Okay, so let's start with the first question.
hmm
What is intermittent fasting, right?
Right.
Now, before we talk about intermittent fasting, I like to talk about how it really came about.
hmm
You see, intermittent fasting, if you think about it, has been around for as long as human beings have been alive. It's been used for a lot of different mammals besides human beings because our bodies are actually wired to do some form of intermittent fasting as long as you have a healthy body.
hmm
Now, here's why. If you think about thousands and maybe even tens of thousands of years ago, right? When we had to hunt for our food, do people have food readily available all the time in their fridge?
No.
No, 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 no. We either have to grow it, but before we learn how to grow it, we have to hunt it down,
hmm
right?
hmm
Sometimes you don't have food for days. Sometimes you're not going to eat every day.
hmm
There's no way you're going to eat 3 meals a day. I promise you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So our body is made to function on low resources, right? And that's why, just like animals hibernate back in the day, thousands of years ago, people will eat a lot more during the fall season, knowing that they can't really hunt that much in the winter season.
hmm
You see?
hmm
So, as human beings, as long as we're healthy, we're always intermittent fasting. Now, so the concept of intermittent fasting is not like brand new. It just got brought back popular. It got popularized by people talking about nutrition, how it increases autophagy and healing, right? So, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is when you intermittently not eat, which
hmm
is fast, right? Either through water, coffee, tea, you could drink some of that. It doesn't break your fast. But a lot of times, what intermittent fasting is when you skip breakfast. This is the most popular way. I'm not saying this is what everyone should do, but the most popular way is people wake up, they skip breakfast,
hmm
they eat their first meal around 11 or 12, they eat their second meal around 6 or 7. So now they're eating within about a 6 to 7, maybe 8 hour time zone,
hmm
right, of the day. And then they fast 16 hours of the day, right? So let's say if you're eating from 1 to 8, right? Well, there's 24 hours a day. 24 minus 8 is 16,
16.
right? So then
hmm
you're eating 8 hours and not eating for 16 hours. So that's what intermittent fasting but people can start it a little bit, with more time eating. Let's say someone who is used to eating breakfast, right? They eat at 8 o'clock, then 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, let's just say. Well, I don't tell patients if they want to try intermittent fasting to right away go into, a 16-8 schedule.
16 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just go, oh yeah, I don't eat at 8 and then bam, you just go eat at 12, right? 4 hour difference. If people want to try it, I say go half hour every day. Today, 8:30. Next day, 9 o'clock. 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Okay, you can make it 12. Now, that's a healthy way of doing it because you never want to just go cold turkey.
Right.
Because then If you go cold turkey, your body's going to be really, really stressed. It's the hormones are going to get all out of whack, and the wacky hormones are affecting females usually a lot more than males because the amount of estrogen and progesterone and thyroid, that gets produced is really, really important, right? Now, here's the thing. At what point do you want to intermittent fast? And at what point do you not? You see, some people call it OMAD. OMAD is 1 meal a day, right?
Right.
Where once in a while, they just don't eat for 24 hours. I do that about once a week. Okay. Once a week, I pick a day where I want my body to cleanse. So then I'll have dinner the prior night and I don't have dinner. I don't eat again until dinner the next night. So I try to make sure I just drink water to break my fast. That's why I always have a bottle of water next to me.
Lots of
Okay.
water.
I'm like on my 5th one today. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's already 100 ounces in. But then again, I had a big workout in the morning as well. So what happens is, now I don't recommend that you work out and OMAD the same day. I usually do on my rest day. So I'm not saying today I did, my 1 meal a day, but that's what intermittent fasting is. Now, some people take it to the next level, right? Depending on your health, some people do 24-hour fast, 16/8. Is it for everybody? No. But there are other people that do water fasts, 1 day, 2 days, 7-day water fasts, you see, and they go from there. But that's more of like the extreme cases, right? Some people could do it, some people can't. If your body's healthy, you will be less affected by intermittent fasting, right? But if your body's inflamed, you will be a little bit more affected by intermittent fasting. Now, because of hormones, it's actually harder for ladies to do intermittent fasting than guys. It actually stresses your body out quite a bit for females. So when it stresses your body out, now you end up with extra acid, cortisol levels, you feel terrible, you get some heartburn, all these things starts happening. And it's usually ladies with childbearing age, because not eating first thing in the morning, your body sees it as an extra stressor. Now, let's say, here's when someone shouldn't do it. If you have a lot of stress at work, right? You have a lot of stress with kids. You just have stress overall, right? You're like a ball of stress walking around. And then you go intermittent fasting. And what's going to happen is all of a sudden your stress level goes through the roof. Where something would usually help people lose weight can actually cause you to gain weight, because your body releases a hormone, stress hormone called cortisol. Cortisol releases extra insulin, which stores sugar as fat. And now you just increase the level of insulin in your body by stressing your body out. So if your body is not ready for it, it can actually make it worse. See?
Yeah, so it's very important to really prepare before you do the intermittent fasting.
Yeah, you have to make sure your body is actually in a healing, is ready, in a healing state, right? You don't just go from having gastrointestinal problems and then all of a sudden, I'm going to try this intermittent fasting because I saw it on TV and I want to lose weight and da 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 da.
Right.
Yeah, you're just slowly killing yourself.
Yeah.
You're tearing down your body unnecessarily.
And that actually goes to let me go to my next question, which is, we hear about some people using IF for crash diets, right?
Yeah.
How do you sustain it?
Well, so they crash diet. So they go through intermittent fasting and then boom, they eat a lot. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like crash diets, let's say they go to IF without their body being ready, and then just do it for a short period of time, right? Because I know that if you really want to make changes, you have to, do a lifestyle change. And I think IF would really require a lot of that. So how do you sustain it? How do you, let's say, make sure that you're in the right pace and doing it correctly?
Well, first you got to correct your health. Intermittent fasting is not going to like correct everything. It assists, it's part of the assistance of improving health. But if you don't improve the problem first, let's say someone who has ulcers all of a sudden, or who have diabetes, right? Yeah, they could do some form of intermittent fasting, but they got to start slow, right? But at the same time, you just can't rely on intermittent fasting to help you lose weight because the underlying problem you're not even fixing. Let's say someone does intermittent fasting. They eat 6 hours a day, right? 18 hours a day, they're not eating. But the 6 hours that they're eating chips, French fries, junk food, all that. And now their body ends up being sicker than ever because they're not doing what they actually need to do overall. Yeah. So that's important.
I see. All right. Well, yeah, because a lot of people do it for the wrong motivation, right? For the
Right.
wrong reasons, I would say. So,
Right.
um, I heard about a term, autophagy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So what autophagy
Mm-hmm.
is that it was shown to be something that is healing for the body, where the body autophagy is the body healing itself, breaking down the old cells and then rebuilding with new cells. And a Japanese scientist won the Nobel Prize for discovering the pathways of autophagy. And one of the ways that your body increases autophagy, the renewal of cells, is by intermittent fasting, right? So
Mm-hmm.
intermittent fasting allows the body to start healing the body a lot better. But you have to get your body in a healthy state first.
Before
You
you
can't
heal
stress the
it.
body out like that if you're really unhealthy,
Mm-hmm.
you see. So that stimulates the healing of the body, and that's what it does. That's what autophagy really is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why I do intermittent fasting is, yes, I want my body to heal. Give it time, right? Hair, skin, and nails rebuilds when you're not eating. See, because when you're eating, you're digesting food, all the blood flow is going to your stomach, right? Your hormones are different. Your body doesn't renew as quickly, you see. So that's one of the big things.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the very helpful information, Dr. Tam. We'll see you
Yeah.
again for episode 5.
Episode 5. Here we go. All right. Thank you
All
so much,
right.
Rocky.
Thank
Have a great
you.
day.
Bye bye. You too.